Hey guys, welcome back to some more Gamers Universe with me, Troy Dilo, and my good buddy Joe coming back. Joe?
No, my name is Joe.
That's what I said, your name Joe.
No.
No?
No.
No. Okay then. Well, anyway, Mario's coming back to join us again, Mario.
No.
He just got back from getting his brother Luigi out of World 4, where he just finished a haunted house on a Yoshi. So, Mario, the family man, you know, just always trying his best.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
What are you talking about? Is there anything? What are you talking?
No. Mr. Superman, not here.
Well, it's a good thing Superman's not here. I don't want him here.
No.
All right.
No. You not drink Mountain Dew.
Well, yeah, that's going to be all I have to say. Do you have anything to say before we start this?
Yes, I do.
No.
Yeah, so I am part of a milsim on Arma 3. For all you YouTube people that have us on YouTube, whatever, I'll put it on the Facebook page too. Yeah. I have the TeamSpeak for all you PC gamers that know what TeamSpeak is. I will put the IP address and everything you need into the description of the YouTube page, or I'll post it on Facebook, like I said. And that should be that. You can come in, they'll interview you, see what they see, if you're okay with it. If you want to join, sure. You don't have to be extremely reliable. They're just starting out now. It's working out to be pretty good, though. So,
speaking of which, yeah, we actually do. We started up a Facebook page and YouTube channel, so check us out there if you've missed an episode. Check us out on the Facebook page to keep updated with us and what we're doing. And with that being said, let's get this started. So, today's games are going to be Final Fantasy Type 0 HD and Mortal Kombat X. So, we're going to get this started.
sounds good.
So, if you're just tuning in to us today, we break games down into a few categories of graphics, storyline, gameplay, replayability, and then we put that all together for our final score. So, we're going to start off with Final Fantasy Type 0.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Let's get this started. So, we're going to start with graphics. So, the graphics, it's a remake. You know,
Yes.
whenever HD is in the title of the game, most likely it's a remake. So, you know, they're not really going to like fix the graphics. They're just going to
They did. They gave it a higher definition. It's not
that's not like fixing it. That's just giving it a higher definition.
Exactly. It's not like giving it next gen graphics. Obviously.
Yeah, it's not next gen graphics.
But
you can get it for PlayStation 4, but it's not like good graphics. But I have looked at the difference because I'm pretty sure it was on PSP.
PSP. Yep.
It was on PSP. I've looked at the difference, and the HD graphics make it look good, really good. So to give it a score, for me, the graphics back then, I would have given it like a 3 or 4.
Well, the graphics back then weren't much better than they are. You know what I mean?
I still would have given it that. But with the HD cover, I would most definitely give those graphics a 6. The HD just makes it look just a little sharper and just a little more good.
Now, I could tell where they kind of, you know, did a little bit better and they added whatever textures or smooth things out. I can tell pretty much where that is. They did really good with that. Really good. It's surprising because, you know, a lot of game companies do that and maybe it looks good, maybe it doesn't. I've never really played one of the HD remakes, but at the same time, to go from what it was on PSP, which is probably not good at all, and then go to, you know, next gen, and they fixed it really nice. The hair movement and everything, like the capes, are like
really good.
Really do move when you walk, and they're
they
fairly
move around
like
when they walk.
Yeah, and it's
really good.
Yeah, they definitely did pretty good with the remake. You know, it's Final Fantasy.
It's Final Fantasy.
I'm not going to be too picky. I'm not going to say the game stinks. I'm not going to say it's really good. I've never really been into the Final Fantasies. Anyway, I gave it a 7. Basic, you know, it's not next gen, but it's still HD. So.
Yeah, it's still HD, so it's really cool.
It is.
So, moving on from graphics, going on to storyline. So, the storyline, from what I can tell so far, because I actually picked up the game, I've been playing it for a little bit, and from what I can tell so far, is just basically you're at war, and there's a bunch of different, like, there's like a bunch of different groups, and they're like class 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 12th class. But you and your group, you're part of a special class, class 0, cause why not?
Yeah.
And you're class 0 is like the legendary class capable of all these cool things.
Almost like AP classes in high school. The really top of the line students.
Yeah.
That succeed in fighting.
If you wanna put it that way.
Okay.
But there's 14 playable characters in all. The main character is Ace, but it starts off with just 2 less characters because 2 new characters just join Class 0, and that's what I can tell from the story so far. It's not necessarily a good story, but it's definitely not a bad story because it does its very best to like stay on top of everything and try to tell you what's going on, why it's happening, how it affects everything, and I like it.
Yeah.
It's really good. And when you get sent out to do your stuff, it's important. It has like feedback and importance to it. Like you know what you're doing and why you're doing it and why it's important. And that's all part of the debrief before you even go. And I like that. So for me, the story, just give it a 6. Another 6 for me. Solid.
Okay. I gave it an 8. It's an emotional storyline. Like
War is most definitely
it's
an
another
emotional
one of those
subject.
games that I've said before is like a movie. You know, you start to get into it, and it's like once a character dies, you're like, no, that can't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things, and I like those kind of stories. I do.
Yeah, War
So,
is most definitely.
You know,
something
you
like
gave
that.
it. Oh my God, what did you give it? A 6.
Storyline? 6.
6. I gave it an 8. I think I already said that. Whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, when a character does.
It's very emotional,
Yeah.
and you know it's Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
I don't think they go
when a character does die, you do be. Yeah, you're like, no, don't die. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, but I mean,
have so
like
much to live for.
it's Final Fantasy. I've said this about many games. It's Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
They don't change much of their story, so it's always been a fairly emotional. I mean, there's not much else. There's not many other ways to explain it. You know, there's some angry parts where, like, you know, a friend dies, and then all of a sudden you got to face this boss because he killed him, or blah blah blah. And it's cool. It's like a rival.
Yeah, you get all pumped up and you're
Oh, yeah.
excited, like you killed my friend. You're gonna get it.
And you're like, ooh,
Ooh, you're gonna
nice.
regret doing that, there, bro. You're gonna regret it.
And then you beat him, and then
Yeah.
you feel really good.
So yeah, 14 characters in all, like I've said before.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. We're gonna try to name them all right now. We're gonna try to name them all.
Okay.
All right. So again, there's Ace, there's Machina, Rem. There's like
There's 9,
9,
8.
8, 7.
Does it go to 6?
I don't think so. King,
7.
Queen.
King, Queen.
I lost count.
So Ace, King, Queen.
Ace, King, Queen.
Rem, Machina.
Rem, Machina.
9.
9,
8,
8,
7.
7. I'm not sure if there's a 6 or not.
That's 8 characters, so that's like one
Luke-
more than halfway. Wait, you got one?
Jack. I
Jack,
just remember
okay,
Jack.
all right,
That's
all
10.
Wait, I
That's
got
10.
9.
You forget it. I got 10. You know what? We're close enough.
I hate that. I hate that. 14 characters, whatever.
14 characters.
You know
Good luck
what?
trying to remember all that.
You know what? Whatever.
Yeah. So replayability. Let's go on to replayability. For replayability, it's kind of a linear story, you know?
Yeah.
But there's plenty to do. So I'm not sure if you complete the game, if you can go back, finish all the side stuff, if there even is any side stuff.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, there is pretty side stuff. There is.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, like once you beat the game, can you go back and do it?
Can you- yeah,
It's
can
one
you
of those
just
things
keep
where
going?
would you have to, you know, restart the game entirely to
Yeah,
do
restart
it?
the game
or-
entirely.
Yeah.
Because I'm not about that. I'm not about restarting just so I can do some side quests.
Yeah, dealing with the same cutscenes that you can't skip.
Yeah.
Those are not fun.
That's not fun. Kingdom Hearts 1 had that.
Really?
Yeah, when you die
Oh my God.
on a boss and then you start back like before you even enter the room, so you have to watch the entire cutscene over again.
Max Payne 3 did that.
Oh my
It's kind of
gosh.
annoying, but I don't really care. The
annoying.
cutscenes were always pretty
It's annoying.
beast.
But I gave it a 6, the replayability, because yeah, there's plenty to do, even though you're supposed to complete all the main stuff in order to finish the game. Which, by the way, tip. There's a tip here. What was the tip again? Oh my gosh, we talked about this. The tip.
The tip?
Yeah, I remember it, but I don't know how to word it. Yeah, before each mission, there's like time.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's time before the mission. So what you do is before you go when there's time before the mission, what you do is you go back to your classroom 0, and then you listen to the lectures.
They give you XP and
They give you
magic
XP,
ups and
magic
stuff.
defense, like health boosts, and like it's good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So like listen to those lectures, and they give you plenty of time. They knock off plenty of time.
Yeah, that is one thing. You did like one of them and it gave you 2,000 XP,
gave
and
me
it
like
took off like 6 hours.
1,000 XP. It took off like 6 hours too.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. I would recommend that. But yeah, replayability. I give it a 6.
Okay, so
Over to you.
okay, thank you.
No, Mr. Super.
All right. Anyway, so my replayability, I gave it a 6.
Another 6.
Now there is one cool thing that I noticed.
Yes.
I noticed.
He noticed.
All right. Anyway, so I noticed it's when you do the missions, it's a lot like Dynasty Warriors.
Oh,
Because when you're fighting, it's like you're on a huge open like
yeah,
field
you're in a
sort of
huge
thing.
open battlefield fighting
Yeah, and
a
like
bunch of guys.
you know, like they have like the life bars above them, and like there are a bunch of them, and
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
It is
It
pretty
is.
cool.
It is.
And that one mission I did,
Yeah.
remember? When I had to like go like across and like take out different towns and stuff, I got like a tower defense. I know.
Again.
I got a tower defense vibe from that, and that was really cool. I like that.
Yeah, with the Dynasty Warriors style gameplay, it's actually cool because it reminds me sort of a strategy too. It's like a mix. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It is. It's pretty cool.
I like that.
It's interesting.
I like that. So, moving on from that is going to be the final score, the final verdict of what we think upon Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. So, adding up all the scores together for my side, it's coming in at a solid 7. It's a fun game. It really has nothing to do with like the storyline, like the whole storyline of Final Fantasy in general.
Yeah, you know,
It's its own thing off to the side, and it's a remake, but it's still fun. I would still recommend picking it up, especially like when you like first get it and you pre-order it, because then you get a playable demo for Final Fantasy 15.
Well, it's already out, so I mean,
Yeah.
You I don't know. You might still be able to get the demo.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll still find a way to get the
Sorry,
demo.
folks.
Sorry. But if you could get the demo for Final Fantasy 15, I would highly recommend getting that too, because the demo is highly fun too.
Okay. Well, my final score is a 7, same as you.
7.
You know, it's a decent all-around game. You know, you got a bunch of different characters that have a bunch of different skill sets and or weapons. You know, and a lot of games, I suppose, don't have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't have 14 different characters,
Yeah, 14
all
different
different
playable
weapons,
characters.
all different
Different
kinds,
weapons.
styles
So
of fighting.
cool. So good.
You know what I mean? That's pretty cool. And the story mode, you can always play as a different character on whatever mission you want. So, you're not refined to only being able to play as just a couple of those out of those 14. So you have a big long list of people. The graphics are decent. That Dynasty Warriors strategy mix sort of thing is always cool out in the battlefield.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that you have to wait until you can do a mission.
Yeah, like wait till
And
you
there's
have a
always ways
mission.
to take
Ways to
out
do
time.
that, yeah.
You talk to somebody and you took off, 2 hours?
Yeah.
You talked to them for 2 seconds. And
Yeah.
boom,
Talk
2
2
hours
seconds,
go by.
2 hours go by. Like you literally talk to someone for 2 hours. I could not do that.
Yeah, you said 2 lines in
All right.
2 hours.
Yeah. Before we move on to the next game, let's try one more time. Try to name all the characters one more time.
Okay, all right, fine.
So Ace, King, Queen, 9, 8, 7, Machina, Rem, Deuce, Jack.
That's right, Jack. Deuce, Jack.
Ooh, I think her name was like Slice, or like Scythe. She had like a scythe. I know she's one. That's 11 right there.
You didn't say the name, so that doesn't count.
All right.
The name.
Forget it.
You know what? We lost. Oh, well.
We lost. Sue us, people. We lost. All right. Let's just move on from that and go to Mortal Kombat X, or 10 in Roman numerals.
Now, one thing I do want to mention along with Mortal Kombat, it came out today, and also GTA 5 came out for PC. Just about everybody on my Steam friends list has the game. Literally, last night I saw people spamming and getting on, and then all of a sudden the game would crash and they'd have to get back on, and literally all along the sidebar, people getting on and off. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Whatever, moving on from that. So, yes, Mortal Kombat X 10. It's here. It looks hype.
X marks the spot.
I'm hyped for it. I don't know about you, but I'm really hyped for it.
Yeah.
Next gen stuff.
NPC.
NPC.
Yeah.
Can't forget about PC.
Of course you can't. That's where games are made, on computers.
Let's go on to graphics. All right. So, graphics. Again, next gen stuff, and for PC. These graphics, they like scream out next gen.
They do.
They really do. It looks solid, very solid. I don't know another word to use for it other than solid. So
yeah,
for me,
sounds good.
Graphics is a 9. It's solid.
I gave it a 10 because Mortal Kombat doesn't like you. Anyway, so I gave it a 10. Now, with that 10, they did...
Trying to one-up me over here.
Bye-bye. Stop talking.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, you made me forget where I was going with this. Anyway, all right, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So they definitely improved the graphics. You know, the 360 and the PS3 version, which was 9.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat
wasn't
9.
bad. I suppose it was pretty good on graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really played Mortal Kombat that much. I was never really a huge, gymongous Mortal Kombat fan, but they definitely did a lot of improvements. The graphics are really, they're amazing.
They're good.
And then actually the other cool thing is all the characters that they have are like older. So like
Yeah,
Liu Kang actually has like a grayish beard.
Yeah, all the characters
His
look
hair is
older,
turning gray.
and
It's cool.
I appreciated that.
It's cool, yeah.
It's the small
nice.
things you gotta appreciate.
And the big thing.
And the big.
You can't forget the big things.
But
big things are always good.
Well, the first thing you notice, the big things.
Yeah, that is true.
I might want to rephrase that later, but moving on from that, we're going to go to storyline. And there is actually a story in the Mortal Kombat series, which is, it follows a little bit after Mortal Kombat 9, where you just defeated Shao Kahn. There it is, that's Shao Kahn. And like peace was been going on. But then Outworld and the Netherworld, Nether Realm, I would say. You know, you want to get my facts straight here.
The realms, yeah.
Yeah, those two realms start working together to bring back this sorcerer, I guess, named Shinnok, and apparently he was like higher, like in rankings, to Shao Kahn.
Okay. Oh, so he was like above Shao Kahn?
He was above Shao Kahn. And
now, wait a minute.
They're bringing him back.
Is that the guy with the Mayan sort of look to him, or is that Shao Kahn?
The Mayan guy?
Yeah.
No, that's another god all on his own.
I thought that was Shao Kahn.
That's
They
not
remade
Shao Kahn.
Really? I thought they
Shao
remade
Kahn
him.
was the big buff guy with the skull mask.
I know, but I thought they changed him into like a Mayan looking
No! Why would they
Oh.
change that?
You know, I never saw his name. Leave me alone.
His name was like something.
Fine, it was
His
something.
name was something else, not Shao Kahn. So, and then the Earth Realm people are trying to stop Shinnok from coming back, save Earth Realm, bring back peace. That was a mouthful. So,
No, it really wasn't.
so there's cutscenes, and then it goes to like the traditional fighting, how the game is, and then it goes back to cutscenes. So the storyline, I could say, may get repetitive because you know what's coming, but it's fun. They added QuickTime events. I almost forgot about that.
QuickTime events?
QuickTime events where you got to push the button, and then like you like dodge it and start beating up on like whoever's trying to like hit you.
So like
It's
a counter?
Well, QuickTime events. Like,
What is he saying?
it's the first thing that happens. Chapter 1 starts up. Chapter 1, Johnny Cage. That's who you play in the first chapter. And like you go, and
You know
you're
what? We don't have time for this.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to explain it to you. Whatever.
get on
yeah,
with
no.
it.
QuickTime events. And these QuickTime events are super cool. I like them. Like, I want to see what happens like when you hit the QuickTime event and what happens when you don't hit the QuickTime event. Like, because they're each unique and very, very cool. So, with that being said, I would give that a solid 7 for storyline. They really outdone themselves with this one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, were you expecting something more?
No.
Anyway, so I gave it a 7.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because it's Mortal Kombat. You know, I suppose there can be a storyline, but it's not like, you know, watching or playing, you know, GTA or
It's not like
Assassin's Creed where you free roam.
Assassin's Creed storyline.
Exactly.
Like
you know,
that,
those, I would consider those more to be storylines.
yeah, more story.
You know, yeah, exactly. It's more about the story. You know,
yeah,
this game.
but this story mode is more driven on like the cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly. The cutscenes are more of the story than anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Kind of a movie storyline.
Almost, yeah.
Almost like that.
Almost,
We'll call
almost,
We'll call that.
So yeah, 7. Like I said, there's not much to the story.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just like trying to put a storyline to like Street Fighter.
Yeah, you
or
try to
whatever
put a
else.
storyline to Street
You know,
Fighter. You can't do
actually,
it.
I think there is a small story.
There probably there is. There is.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Whatever.
So 7.
Blech. All right, gameplay. Now, they have upped the gameplay so good in this one. The gameplay is so good.
Yeah, definitely.
They took a little bit from Injustice with the interactable backgrounds.
Yeah, that sounds funny.
Yeah, the interactable.
Yeah.
Interactable. I cannot pronounce that word. Backgrounds. So you're on a stage. I think this stage is called like Black Market or something. I think it's called that.
Yeah, that one where like there.
Yeah. And then there's
this
is my
funny.
favorite.
This was good.
This is my favorite one. There's this old lady, and she and like when you know it's interactable when I said it.
Yeah, they'll glow white.
Yeah, they'll like glow white, and like the old lady starts glowing white, and I'm like, what?
Wait, what?
What? And then the next thing I knew, somebody picked up the old lady and threw her at their opponent,
Yeah.
and she hits him, and then falls back into the background, like in the. Yeah, and then just gives like one final like, and then just dies. And I'm like, why would you do that? But another one of my favorites is when you're like in like a destroyed city, and there's like this interactable like all the way back to the right of the stage, where you take a pole and smack somebody with it, and if you successfully do it, it's like an X-ray move, its own X-ray where you smack them and it's slow motion, and it's just it's so good. It's so satisfying.
That's awesome.
It's so good. And they also added like variations.
Yeah, variations of
Variations.
characters, Yep.
There's 3 different variations for every single character. For example, let's talk about Johnny Cage.
You know all about Johnny.
I know all about the variations for,
And
for
that's
Johnny
it.
Cage. Yeah.
Because you don't know how to play with any other character.
That's just it. But variations. Johnny Cage's variations are A-list, fisticuffs, and stunt double, and each of them is very unique and like different to the style of play that you used. And I thought that was very good to add.
Yeah, and it does. You know, every so often, or with the different variations, you lose one move, but then you pick up something else, which is pretty cool.
Yes, that does happen.
Yeah.
So for me, gameplay would have to come to a 10 out of 10. That I can't even talk about it. They blew my mind with the variations, the interactable backgrounds,
Yeah.
and like the introductions.
Yeah, those introductions, those are cool.
Yeah, like each character like interacts with each other in like a different way, and it's not just the same interaction. There's like a few different ones.
Yeah, you'll walk in and it'll be like Liu Kang versus Raiden or
Yeah,
something. And
yeah,
Raiden will be
like,
you shouldn't mess with me. And
Yeah,
then Liu
yeah.
Kang will be like, ha, that's a joke.
Yeah.
And then Raiden
Like-
will be like, your funeral, something like that.
Yeah,
It's
something like
pretty
that.
cool.
Like when Johnny Cage would go up against Sub-Zero. One of the intros would be Johnny Cage says, "Oh, it's ice to see ya," and then
It's ice to see.
it's ice to see ya. And then Sub-Zero would be like, "Oh, must everything have to be a joke with you?" And then Johnny goes, "Yeah, it does."
Nice.
I always loved Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I always loved Johnny Cage. He's just so cocky.
I
I love it. It's great.
Not a big fan of Johnny Cage.
Yeah, and then the fatalities are just.
Why don't you let me explain something?
You know what? I gave it a 10. You can talk about the fatalities and what you rated it. Go ahead.
I've seen every single one.
I've
So,
seen
all
every
right,
single
I
one.
gave it a 9. It's Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? You're gonna have the same stuff. This one, the fatalities are so much more brutal. I kid you not. I never get queasy at those things.
I never get
This,
queasy.
I literally almost felt like, not almost. I suppose I wasn't that close to feeling like throwing up.
My
But
stomach,
like, yeah, it's
my stomach was doing backflips.
Exactly.
That normally
It
doesn't
was
happen.
bad. It
wa-
was
it
like-
was definitely not a children's game. Don't get this for your 3-year-old.
No, my suggestion to you parents is do not get this unless your child is 17. Let him buy it when he's I wouldn't
yeah,
even
do
suggest
that.
17 years old on this game.
Do that.
It's bad.
All right.
It is bad. This is nothing. GTA is nothing.
Yeah, GTA is like nothing
GTA
compared to Mortal
has
Kombat.
like all those things that are making fun of other companies or whatever, but this is like gory, disgusting stuff.
It's oh my goodness,
Ugh.
that is
So
ridiculous.
yeah, I gave it a 9.
A 9.
Now,
Gameplay.
what's nice is they actually brought back brutalities.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
didn't
brought
they
babe
have
brutalities.
Babe-talities or something
Babe-alities.
like that? Babe-alities, that's...
For Mortal Kombat 9, they had babe-alities, and I'm like, really? You turn your opponent into a baby?
Yeah.
Wow.
But see, this is nice because it's got the X-ray plus the fatalities. and then the
Those
brutalities.
X-rays
The
are-
brutalities are
Yeah,
nuts.
those X-rays
Those
are
are
just as good as the
crazy.
fatalities. So good.
Yeah, it's nuts.
There's a lot to talk about. We can keep going on and on, but we're going to move on. So, replayability. I gave it a 10 because you can literally invite friends over and have like a tournament style thing going
Yeah,
on.
that's always
You
fun.
know, you can get endless, even when you're done with the story mode, endless possibilities, endless hours of entertainment, online mode.
Yeah, and I'm sure unlocking characters will take time too, or the
Unlock-
variations, because
or-
I doubt every character
I
comes with
doubt
those
they have
variations.
like locked variations. I doubt
Well, it makes sense. Why would they just give you every variation
It
with
would-
the unlocked character? You know what I
I
mean?
don't know. It makes sense.
It would make you take more time to play the game.
that. Doesn't matter. Replayability, gave it a 10. Solid. Cool. Great. Go.
I gave it a 10. It's Mortal Kombat. Oh my God, I keep saying.
You
I
keep
keep
saying that because that's what it is.
You
It's
know,
Mortal Kombat, you know?
Yeah, so it's that basic. You can have 10 friends over. So that means one kid keeps beating. He beats 5 in a row, and then all of a sudden somebody else steps up and beats him.
Yeah,
you know what I
it's
mean?
good.
It's that moment like, oh my God, he's so much better than him.
Yeah. So.
You know what I mean? It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. So, final scores. Gave it a 9. It's solid. Really good. So great. I got nothing more. I literally don't know what else to say.
All right, mine is a 9.
Yeah.
What's cool is the movements and everything look really cool.
It's fluent. Great.
Yeah, and the movement is a lot slower for like Liu Kang or whatever. He was a lot
Yeah.
faster. So yeah, I mean,
Planning, strategizing, it's great. We'll see you. Well, that about wraps it up here for us. We'll see you next time. Gamers Universe. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
visit us on Facebook,
Check us out on Facebook. All that
YouTube as well.
stuff. YouTube, all that stuff.
All that.
Bye.